Hello gamers and collectors, it's your boy Kentman bringing you that JRPG and fan service content you deserve, and today I bring some very alarming and sad news for Neptunia fans. But even though it is for Neptunia fans like me, I feel like other people should be aware of this situation as well, because it could be concerning your favorite games as well for the Nintendo Switch in the future. And that is that there's a new guideline for Nintendo that is not allowing the Rebirth Trilogy to come to the West, along with some other ID Factory games that we just gotta talk about. So let's jump into it.
Who's he?
Hitman!
He's not important!
Okay. So right here, as we state that the Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth Trilogy and Death End Request Code Z for Switch canceled for the West. And it came out on Friday that this situation happened, and I was trying to wait until we got some more information on what specifically was the reason, but there hasn't been a reason for it yet. So I'm going to just talk about it so people are aware that this is happening, so we also know what's going on. The Switch versions for Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth Trilogy, I'm just going to say it to save time, and Death End Request Code Z will no longer be released in the West due to contents not complying with Nintendo's guidelines. Now, I don't know if it's not safe for work stuff or if it's violence or whatever. It's very odd because there are other games from these franchises already on the Nintendo Switch, as well as the games are already on these systems in Japan. So it's weird that this is actually happening, as this is stating that in Japan, Hyperdimension Rebirth Trilogy for Switch launched physically and digitally on May 23rd, and the Western release was originally for May 21st, but got delayed, which I did talk about in a video saying no PS4 and no Switch, and then it got delayed for some odd reason. Maybe this was the reason why. There was something that they were trying to figure out for the eShop, and Nintendo just wasn't having it for some reason. And it is very odd, it's very weird that Nintendo, the place that is known for right now for, I would say, not safe for work kind of video games, as well as, like, you know, have you seen the eShop? But maybe they're trying to clear a lot of that up, and it's very weird, it's very odd. Death End Request Z launched for PlayStation 5, PS4, and Switch on September 19th in Japan. ID Factory and International clarified the PlayStation 5 and PS4 versions will still launch in the West of 2025. So this will still be coming out for PS5. Will it be censored? I don't know. I'm assuming it's also going to come to PC as well, so there's that. And then there was an update in response, a request for additional information. An ID Factory International representative told Gematsu, although the Neptunia series and Death End Request series have prior entries, which I already said, on Switch eShops, we are informed that the contents of the Rebirth Trilogy and Death End Request Code Z, that is a long freaking name to say, did not comply with Nintendo's guidelines. As a result, we are unable to release these titles physically or digitally for Nintendo Switch. Now, as of right now, there's no real reason what the reason was that they aren't being able to comply with Nintendo's guidelines. I really don't understand what, because like there are games on the system already. Let me show you. So here we are on Deku Deals, which is the better way to search for eShop games, because if you was ever on eShop, it's very laggy and slow. Now this hasn't been updated yet, so these were accommodated before, but now they're not. I'm gonna have to check the real eShop to see if this is actually still true, because they're showing here for release, but maybe this is also accommodating for the Japan store, but I'm gonna have to recheck on that in a second. But as you can see, there's other games for Neptunia on the eShop already. You got Neptunia Games R Evolution, which is the newest game that came out this year, Super Neptunia RPG, Neptunia X Senran Kagura, which two of my favorite franchises coming together. Mostly for Neptunia, not much for Senran Kagura, but you know, you get the idea. Mega Dimension Neptunia V2, which is a great fucking game. Sisters vs. Sisters and Neptunia vs. Riders is coming. supposedly it did get delayed, or like not the game itself, but the magazine edition, collector's edition did get delayed. And then, you know, you have the bundle, you get the idea. There's a bunch of Neptunia games on the eShop as right now, as well as Death in Request as well. The whole trilogy and all the other games are on here. This is also not on here right now, so we're gonna have to update this to see if this is actually accurate or not. But yeah, it's like these games are already on the eShop, so it's weird that Nintendo Western is Nintendo US and Europe. This is also affecting Europe. I forgot to say. This is Europe and the US is not getting these games physically or digitally on the Nintendo eShop for further notice. I mean, it could change in the future after some compliance and whatnot. I don't know if it's, you know, sexual related or if it's like too gritty, which, you know, I guess Death in Request 2Z might be a little bit more gritty. I never played the games, so I wouldn't know. But the Rebirth trilogy, they're kind of harmless. They're not really all that crazy. I mean, yes, they transform to more sexually transformed ladies in cybernetic suits, but overall, it's still not that bad of a game because they're already on the system. So let me check and see if these games are still on the system or not, or this is just a misair. So if you can see here, it is true that Deku Deals kind of updates the site as they go to accommodate the eShop and what's happening on here, so they just didn't update the sites yet. So they're not on here yet, and not shown to be pre-ordered or anything like that. They're not scheduled or anything, so I don't think that is something that's accurate right now. And the same for the Death in Request as well. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. I really don't. So yeah, that's pretty much the story right now. I don't really understand why these games are not coming to the West for America or Europe for digitally or physically, why Nintendo isn't liking these games. I mean, at least for the PS5 and PS4 version of Death in Request Code Z is still coming for 2025, so you will be able to look forward to that. But maybe they just got to release the Rebirth trilogy on PS5 and PC, which is weird that we're always going back to Sony when that was, I mean, honestly, I didn't know why they wasn't releasing them on the PS5 in the first place, because yes, Reverse is on PS5, which is technically a remastered version of Rebirth 1, but it's not technically the same name. Technicalities, and those games have been on the system before in the past for Vita, but never on the PS5 or PS4. So I don't know why they aren't coming to PS5 regardless, wasn't coming to PS5 regardless as well, and I don't know why they're not coming for the Switch now. So I don't know, it could be sexual, it could be gritty or gory or something in the game that the West was just not having. And it's a very alarming situation that more games might follow this trend later down the line. It's hard to say. We'll keep an eye on things as they happen. So, you know, it's a sad day for Neptunia and maybe fan service games in general. So let's keep an eye out for that. But for now, let me know how you guys feel down in the comments down below, because I would love to know what you guys think about the situation. And let me know if you care, you don't care, all that in the comments down below. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Hit the like button, subscribe for more. I'm trying to hit 10K by the end of the year, and with your help and support, I could definitely do that. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video next time. Bye me.